Good morning, I'm Passive Family. This is Jim Hawkins. Just wanting to say hello. Um, Please excuse my eyes. My allergies here in Virginia and the States are kicking my butt. Uh, Allergies are causing my eyes to itch, and I itch them, and my eyes swell up, and it's just not a fun time. Anyway, enough about me. So, I'm going to talk about last week's webinar from Ash, and then we just had another one yesterday. So Ash is talking about doing this once a week. Um, I'll go back to last week and what was shared, and then I'll kind of freshen up a little bit from yesterday's webinar as well. So last Thursday, Ash had his first uh, webinar. It was to kind of to bring us up to date. I've probably jumped a whole bunch of time. I usually try to go back a little bit and talk about what I'm passive is doing, but uh, I'm going to tell you what actually took place last Thursday. So Ash brought out, he didn't give details about any person. He just shared what was actually happening. Uh, about two or three big items. One, because this company is so new, a lot of other companies don't understand. Uh, there's, if you all know what the FCC is, they're a monitoring company. I guess they stop you if things look fishy or whatever. Ash has been actually dealing with them since late 2018, when the company actually started laying down some foundation. Primarily in 2019 is when the FCC got really involved with what Ash was doing with the company. To bring you up to date now, real fast, the FCC and Ash are working together. Uh, there's no, there's still some things that need to be settled. Um, a lot of people are like, "Oh my gosh, the FCC is going to shut it all down." I think they're just trying to build an understanding of what Passive is trying to do. So, long story short, again, Ash and the FCC are working together. Uh, Again, a lot of little things, details need to be ironed out. So, one of the second things that took place, and I've mentioned this before on my videos, and if you go back to any of my videos, so what took place is we had got a banking organization and told them, "Hey, we're about to make a lot of money here. Be aware that you're going to see a lot of money flowing into the bank or flowing through the bank." Uh, so that's exactly what happened. And the bank's responsibility, I don't know all the details about that. I'm not a banker by any means. But what happened was the bank basically shut down or froze the accounts, froze the assets, is what some people might say. Believe we got a second bank and the same thing happened. We told them, we warned them that there was going to be a lot of money flowing through, and the same thing happened. And that second bank did the same thing. That's what they're required to do. If they see something that doesn't look normal, they're going to freeze your assets until they can figure that out. To bring you up to up to I guess last week, uh, that money is still there. I want to share this. Ash said that he's not going to move forward with Passive until two things take place. Ash had employees, I'm not sure which cities, that basically lost their jobs because we had to shut down, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But we basically had to shut down, and there was employees that did not get paid, and Ash is very hurt about that because he wants to take care of these people. The intent is still to take care of these people. Again, I don't know how all that's going to take place, but Ash is dead set on taking care of his promises to those people. A lot of them did good work, and Ash wants to pay them to get them compensated. The other thing with the Passive, the affiliates and the founders or whoever, if we can even use that term anymore, they were to receive commissions, and from that, the money was frozen, and again, Ash was unable to pay out those commissions. So again, uh, two things. There's several things that need to still take place, but those are the two biggest things: financial burdens upon Ash that he wants to resolve before we start bringing in any kind of income through on passive in our future way forward. So again, I wanted to share that with you. Um, I wanted to share a sad note again from last week, and this is old news for the Unpassive family and anybody that's interested. But Ash actually lost an uncle uh, I guess it was early last week. I don't, not sure what day, but Ash said that his uncle, that was probably his favorite uncle. He had mentioned how this uncle actually believed in him, uh, believed in Ash at such a young age, that was inspiring for Ash to continue moving forward with his visions and what he wanted to see to change the world, to change the marketing, to change the internet. But again, when somebody loses a family member, usually you take time out and you grieve and you do all your uh, the funerals and all the other things that come along with that. Ash continued to move on. Yes, he was sad, but he had, just like he's done in the past, Ash has always moved forward from that. Again, with the death in the family, and Ash to continue to proceed on is a very good characteristic in what Ash is doing for us, not only for us, but for the world. There's a bigger thing that Ash is doing, and things like deaths and things like that they're important. It hurts you in your heart, and but Ash continue to march forward. So moving on from that, I just wanted to give my condolences to Ash and his family. And again, this is a week ago old news, so I just wanted to share that. Going into the company itself, so we had several cities that Passive had headquarters in: Singapore, Dubai, Cairo, Egypt. Um, I believe there was another one. I can't recall at the moment, but not to go into detail about all that. But basically, Ash had to shut everything down. He had to get control. There were some production problems. There were personnel problems. Uh, and again, I don't want to get into big details, but Ash has moved forward. He did not use anybody's names. Uh, he didn't tell us who specifically. And honestly, I really don't. And I really think as an Unpassive family, we really don't need to know who it is. Uh, we just need to realize the problems that were created, the solutions that it takes to get us back out of that hole. Ash was hurt again. Uh, Ash takes a lot. And I just wanted to share, for somebody who has taken as much as Ash has, he's continued to gather up the broken pieces and put them all together and just carry them along. But I'll tell you this: Ash and Passive as a whole has learned so much from this process. Not to get into Ash's personal, and it's not personal. It's just Ash is not meant as a manager. No, I shouldn't say that. He's learning how to become a manager. So there's an analogy of the captain of the ship. So Ash is like the captain of the ship, and when he sees something wrong, his crew, whatever terms you want to use, when they start to have issues, uh, maybe the navigation guy was steering them in the wrong direction, and Ash actually uh, started to notice things like that. Again, not to get into too many details, but as the captain of the ship, you're the boss. And when things are going wrong, you take a hold of the wheel, you take a hold of the crew, and you tell them, this is what I want. And the captain lays down the law, and the crew, if you want to be a crew member, you have to follow along, because otherwise you're going to walk the plank or whatever. Uh, just being funny, but uh, being prior military, usually like if somebody's get in trouble, uh, it goes all the way up to the top, and Ash is at the top. And Ash did not want to have his reputation hurt. Uh, Again, he takes a lot. I hope for the sake of Ash's health. I know the stress and all that stuff can take a toll on your body and especially your heart. And that's what Ash needs. His heart is huge, and he was hurt for all this stuff that took place. But again, he's gathered up all these little pieces and parts and uh, put them in a bag and has continued to march on, as they would say. But again, as the captain of the ship, he has taken the reins, he has taken the wheel. He put a stop to a lot of stuff, shut a lot of places down. We're focusing on little bits and pieces rather than big pieces. A lot of things were, a lot of misdirected people were, if you were given a timeline, say, hey, I want uh, this candle to be made in 24 hours. And the next thing you know, here it is 2 weeks later, and the candle still isn't made. Ash was in the whole process of saying, you know what, something doesn't look right. Something, the pressure that we as a, not we, but the tech guys, I guess his technical employees, something wasn't right. There were people uh, that were moving slow, and come to find out, some of this was intentional. A lot of this, a lot of going back to how Ash got hurt. A lot of people that were close to Ash actually hurt him probably the most because he had put his trust, his faith in what their responsibilities were to do, and they somehow was corrupted. uh, but Ash saw these things and he put kind of a stop to it. So anyway, not to get into people and who did what and who it was and what. Again, we're learning lessons as we go along. So pretty much that was all last week. I do want to share. A lot of people had they always try to boost Ash up because that's what Ash needs. He needs us to boost him up and keep him positive and keep him focused so that he can continue to do what he needs to do with this company, with the people that are around him. And I was very pleased to see not only were we boosting him up, but he was boosting us up. He was telling us things, you know, hey, he knows like he does pay attention. Again, I don't know if there's any other CEOs out there, but they pay attention to their employees. Like, I don't know. Again, maybe it's my lack of knowledge of being part of another company, but Ash knows what's going on. He knows these people that are suffering with illnesses and people that are have been sick, people that were in and out of the hospital. In some cases, he's heard of people who have passed away. Ash knows a lot, and we're fortunate enough to be in a company that is more like family based now. It's not. It is a company, but I've actually joined a couple times, and I need to get back to it. I've been busy working and stuff, and I'm getting ready to go on a vacation, but that's not important. But I was doing some of the trivia nights, and uh, of the probably 10 to 20 people that were on there, they're like family, you know. And I know there's a little bickering here, and sometimes we have to come up with solutions on how to take care of each other. Sometimes families fight, but it's not. It's more for fun. But anyway, that's not important, and it is important because it's building up our family. And again, this company is more of a family-based company. Uh, I've never met anybody face to face, but that's the technology today. Is you get to know people from these YouTubes or from these webinars that we do, and from uh, the daily, like Chris and Marty. You know, I someday Chris and I are going to get together and we're going to have a ball. I love his humor. I love his excitement. I was just listening to them just a little while ago, and when Chris is excited, his voice jumps way up, and it's almost like he's yelling. And Marty it's kind of funny because Marty has his headphones on, and when Chris goes when Chris is turned on, boom, it's like stop yelling. Marty's always like, stop yelling. He's like, I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't hold it in. So anyway, I love that about Chris, and Marty's got a humor. Marty's hilarious. But anyway, moving on. That was last week. So this week, we had a webinar yesterday, and again, the intent is to kind of show what we're getting ready to do. Uh, Ash was always having corporate webinars back probably about a year and a half ago. It seemed like they were once a week or once every like 2 weeks or whatever, and bringing it up to yesterday. So Ash is laying out a strategic path for what's got to start to take place. Again, I mentioned we've got to talk about getting those people paid. We got to get those accounts unfrozen. We got to get FCC more on our side so that we can continue forward. But there's certain steps that have to be made. And these steps that we're going to start doing with these webinars, like weekly webinars, Ash learned a lesson from the last, I guess, the last probably 7 years or 8 years now. I'm not sure, 7 years. It's been a progressive thing for Ash. He's learning from mistakes that he made. Uh, he came out and said, I've made some mistakes about what to share, what not to share, for the sake of pressure for himself. So, like things in the past, we would talk about a product that's coming out. Ash didn't talk about any products, by the way, but he just gave an example like, here's a product that's coming out, and here's all the details of what this product's going to do and uh, what our intent with it is. Well, Ash said that that's good. He said, but the problem behind that is making the product and setting timelines saying, hey, this product should be out in June. And with the old staff that we had, June came and went. Uh, Now you're talking about August, September, October. Ash said we're not going to do it that way. He said we're going to talk about the products after they're out and running. So he's going to have just say we'll have 10 products out. And again, he didn't specify anything, but he said this is the example. He said on product number 10, we're going to go back and talk about product number 5 because product 5 is already up and running, and now we're going to talk about the goods and bads. And as in the past, and again, I would hope that we would have input like the past, that we would have input on things to make that product better. Because Ash is able to, with his tech team, is able to say, hey, one example is when we were doing webinars, uh, again, not to use specific products, but when we had O Connect, somebody suggested that we needed a timer or a clock so that we could adjust our length of time that we're spending during that webinar or whatever it was. And here, like a week later, not even a week later, there's a clock, there's a timer, and like I said, Ash's that was the intent. And again, I'm getting a little off the topic, but going back, Marty actually has shared this before. I want to use this example. So what happened in the past is we had a big puzzle, and as you know, if you've ever done a puzzle, there's you buy a puzzle with 1,000 pieces or 10,000 pieces or 45,000 pieces. Well, what happened was the last time OnPassive was up and running, we had most of that puzzle put together, and there were still just little pieces that we still needed to connect to get the big picture. Well, along came some, and I don't want to get into detail again, but negative people and all this stuff, and they basically took that puzzle and they turned the table over, and all the pieces fell onto the floor, and now that's all disassembled, and there's still big chunks of it that are still intact, but a lot of the little single pieces have come out. Well, we're getting that puzzle back together. Uh, Sometimes, as time goes along, somebody might suggest, hey, if you ever done a puzzle, he said you could do it this way. You can set all these pieces off to the side, or you can do this or whatever. But the details of the putting the puzzle have changed. Ash came out yesterday and said, I'm passive. What we knew about a year and a half to 2 years ago is different. He said, we're not an OnPassive 2.0. We're not OnPassive the next chapter or anything like that. We're still OnPassive, uh, but we're newer, we're fresher, our goals really haven't changed, but they have changed. They've been modified so that OnPassive can be the company that it needs to be. Some things we may leave behind. Uh, be prepared for a different outlook of what OnPassive is. Uh, Ash is still committed to us, as we are, again, as a family member. Sometimes, we got to be there to be supportive and help our captain, help our leader, uh, to keep him motivated, to keep the direction going in the right direction, so that we can continue to move forward. Uh, One thing that was brought up today, and I agree with this, a lot of the groups that we're in are always passing them some information that's not accurate. Again, everybody, all the people that we listen to, like Red and Marty, Chris, Julie, um, if this is the saying, is it Ash didn't say it, it's like nobody said it. If Ash is the only one who really knows what's going on with the company, because it's his company. Uh, if Ash didn't say it, don't post out things that were not said. I've been probably bad at that in my past videos, just because I was a newer guy and I just didn't know any better, and I may have said things that were not as accurate as but it was to my understanding. Um, we have a choice to be in this company. We have a choice to listen to what is truth. We have a choice to get rid of the negative. There's a lot of people out there. I don't want to use this as somebody keeps posting out scam passive. I don't think so. There's why would if somebody was scamming us, why would they continue to work as hard as they do, uh, to put as much time and effort and everything that moves you forward? Why would be continuing to do this? Again, we have a choice to listen to people uh, or not. Again, going back to some of my other video, being patient. It's time for us to be patient again and just sit back and listen to what Ash has got to say. Uh, Try not to twist what Ash is saying. Just take it for what it is. We're going to continue to support him. We're going to continue to support each other. Again, my family has grown significantly. I've never had family members from other countries, um, but I've got a family member like in Australia now, and I have a family member in like India. It's like, what? I've never expected that. Uh, and that's for my benefit. I've got a bunch of friends. I got a bunch of family now that I never thought that I would have. Um, just continue to take what Ash says. Again, pay attention when these new webinars come out to take place. Be there, listen to what Ash has got to say. For those that make their videos, I'm going to try to be better. I've got some ideas, like I had talked about a couple previous videos. I have an idea of what I'd like to do. Um, Someday, if it's up and running, I would like for you to join me there. But anyway, going back, if Ash doesn't say it, it hasn't been said. That's simple. So again, thank you for your time. I hope this was any kind of value to you. Continue to stay positive. If you see negative comments, either block or delete. I'm probably going to do that today. Uh, I'm actually getting ready to take a vacation here starting next week. I hope to put out at least two more videos. I've got some places that I'm going that I would like to see. Uh, I would like for you to see. Again, uh, it's just for motivation, just to show some of what my dreams are, but that's for a later time. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying your time. Uh, Thanks for listening. I do put out, I've been doing it about once a month. I just ask that you would please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, as they say. I'm not a super YouTuber, but I appreciate what you guys, the input. I try to respond back. The last couple of videos that I put out, you guys have been really awesome. Thank you for your time. I do appreciate y'all, and I love y'all. You're my family too. Um, uh, I will talk to you the next time I talk to you. Hopefully, it'll be next week sometime. Again, have a good day, good night, and a good evening wherever you are in the world. I love you, family first, uh, God first. And now, oh, by the way, happy Easter. Happy Easter. Easter is coming up this Sunday. And in my faith, I don't know what you all believe, but happy Easter. That means a lot for me, and it means a lot to other people too. But anyway, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye.